sports fans, ASMR Sports, back in your business. Today we've got a non-sports video, which is something I'm excited about. I'm a big fan of non-sports stuff, not so much modern, but, vintage stuff. But this particular non-sports item is about a, vintage-themed TV series, Stranger Things. If you have not watched Stranger Things, you're missing out. It's fantastic, especially if you were alive for some or all of the 80s and or you appreciate 80s culture, since basically it's like every season covers a year. I think they started in 83, I believe. So first season was like 83, second was 84, third was 85, then 86, and so on. So kind of cool, I think. I'll be chewing some bubble gum. So season 4 is the last season, and or is the most recent season that is out. And by the time you have seen this, I believe they will have done a trailer for season 5, which I believe will be the final season of Stranger Things. I had a hobby box of this stuff, and that's sold on my site, hotcardboard.com, to somebody who, I don't know if they were a subscriber of this or a viewer of this channel, or if they just found my site, through Google or whatever. But I hope it contained an awesome autograph, and it would have been fun to open. But alas, it's sold. So interestingly, this product is it's a Zero Cool product, which I think that's Gary V's little brand. But this stuff is made by Tops. If you look on the bottom, it will say it's got some Tops, kind of verbiage on there. So they're clearly producing this stuff in some kind of marketing deal with Zero Cool, but they don't really have their branding on it. It's just sort of, from the notices. Sorry for the notifications. Probably mute my computer. I think that will do it, but I'm not sure where those are coming from. I have a lot of devices that ring. Alright, here we go. Looks like we got 7 packs here. Where's the Tops logo? Trying to figure out how many cards per pack. I don't think it says anywhere. They're trying to be 6 cards per pack, so there'll be 42 cards in here. It's been a while since I watched this season 4, but I think I still remember it. Oh wow, I think we got a memorabilia card right off the bat. I think I'm gonna save that for a little grand finale. That's pretty awesome. I don't imagine that there's a guaranteed hit in these boxes. yellows look like parallels, but let's check it out. All right, there's you know, I think I'm hallucinating. I think that season 5 is actually the most recent one. And this is the one before that. I'm just looking online here. See if they have a nice. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, okay, so season 5. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I was originally right. It's funny you think I know this, but I really don't. Yeah, I think season 4 actually is the last one out. Okay. No More Lies. This is the brother of the redhead girl who's. I was just thinking this guy was kind of a big part of season, I think 3, so I was thinking like his appearance maybe meant I had the wrong season, but he shows up I guess in season 4, I think, in like a dream or hallucination kind of sequence, so that's why he's in this, even though he was a main kind of character in season 3. If I'm getting this all right, I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. All right, there's 11 being interrogated by some police officers. If you guys have not seen this show, I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't really say too much, but I'll maybe try to explain kind of some of the characters. As Robin, I believe this actress is the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, who I don't think are married anymore, but they were a couple for a long time, and I believe she's their daughter. She's very tall, because Uma Thurman's very tall, and I assume Ethan Hawke's relatively tall, since most actors are pretty tall. Anyway, she plays like this kind of goofy character. Robin Buckley. Vecna's the bad guy. I guess maybe like the single character cards are yellow, and then like the scenes are the other border, so they're not like parallels or anything. Dr. Brenner, what have you done? So he's kind of like the mad scientist who created 11, who has like some superpowers. I forget the actor's name, but he was like a famous 80s actor. As a lot of the bigger adult characters in this show are former 80s characters, or former 80s actors, like Winona Ryder and Sean Astin, who was in the Goonies. There's 11, so that's Millie Bobby Brown. Actually, I'm gonna get it. I want to show you guys a cool card I have of Millie Bobby Brown that I bought like a few years ago, that actually I think is worth like quite a bit of money right now. Way more than I paid it, which is not something I can say for a lot of cards that I own these days. So I'll show you guys, I'll try to remember that, show you that Millie Bobby Brown card I got. Before I end this video. Actually, I feel like I might have one other cool card from the Stranger Things product, like a prior one. Sight for Sore. This guy's really kind of fun, goofy, oddball character that is sort of a Russophile. He speaks Russian. He's like this, kind of conspiracy theorist, sort of tinfoil hat dude, but ends up being a pretty important player. Okay, Chrissy, wake up. This is the girl who, I guess I'll spoil a little bit, but not really. I mean, I'm just telling you some of the early plots, but this is a girl who basically gets possessed by that Vecna guy, which basically means you die when that happens, and she happens to be in this guy's house because he's a drug dealer, even though we come to love him. He's like a high school, student, and she wants to come and buy some drugs because she's basically having these visions and all sorts of bad mental stuff because of this Vecna guy plotting to possess her. And anyway, she dies when he's at his house. So the big part of the plot is people think he killed her, when we all we learn very early on that that's not true. And there's Max. That's the gal I was talking about, whose brother was that Billy guy who got killed off in season 3 and was like a total d-bag. I feel like she's in some kind of acclaimed movie that came out recently. Kind of like a sort of artsy movie. Got, good reviews on the award circuit. Nancy and Robin, the murders of Victor Creel. So Victor Creel was a guy who lived in the town that they lived in. And kind of lost his mind, killed his family or something like that, and then they end up having to kind of research that and connect it to events that happen in this season 4. Reunited. So there's 11 with her love interest, this very awkward-looking guy, I think. Mike is his name. In real life, Millie Bobby Brown, I think she's just engaged. I don't think they've gotten married yet, but she got engaged to John Bon Jovi's son. I think it's about her age. There's Henry. He's a mysterious character from the past that we learn quite a bit about as the show, as the season 4 goes on. Wow, we got a cool little, foil card or something. Jason, this is the guy who is kind of the ringleader of the group of jocks that want to go after that dude who they think killed that girl from that scene I was talking about earlier. This scene. Chrissy. So Chrissy is Jason's girlfriend, and he's out for revenge after she dies, and the whole town, but primarily him, think it was that dude, drug dealer dude, that killed him. So he kind of goes nuts and is hunting for that guy the whole season. A perfect place to hide. I'm not sure where this is. I feel like this is at the video store where she works. I think they both work there. They're two pals that seem to always be working in the same place in these shows. Now, interestingly, this is like a scene, but it's in the yellow, so I don't know. And then this guy is a character, but he's in the white, so maybe those yellows are, maybe they are parallels. We'll have to see if we find like the same card with both a yellow and a white border. Alright, next up, this is a pretty sweet card. Of course, 11 is the biggest, you know, kind of star, because A, she's got the coolest powers. She's very mysterious, and of course, Millie Bobby Brown is, you know, a very popular actress, primarily because, you know, of being on this show. So a lot of fans of hers. So she's the, you know, the Mike Trout of this product, and any Stranger Things product. And so if you get a nice insert like this is one of those, you know, what do they call the Magic Motion cards. So I don't know how rare these are, but you know, if you have to get one character on a insert, you want to get 11. That's really cool. I'm gonna sleeve that up. Oh, show. Looks really nice. That's awesome. I have no, yeah, I don't know if those are rare at all, but there's Fred. He's one of the. Oh, actually, does he work at like? Oh, he's just kind of one of these hapless kids who. Yeah, he's on the newspaper with Actually, I don't know if he's on the. Yeah, I think he's on the newspaper that. Oh boy, what's her name? I'm forgetting all the character names here, but this girl, Robin. Is on the school newspaper, and he's I think on that as well, and he ends up yeah, getting bad things happen to him. We'll just say that. There's Jonathan, it's Robin's boyfriend. Even though they seem to have a very distant kind of relationship in this season 4, when Robin, I think, is off at school and he's not in school. I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you know, these cards always come out way after the season has ended, so I forget everything from that season, and I don't really want to watch it all over again. I mean, I guess I don't mind that, but I got lots of things to do besides that. There's Dustin. He's a fan favorite. He's kind of one of the goofiest characters of the like group of friends that are the main sort of friend group on the show. Oh, Nancy. I was calling her Robin, but yeah, she's Nancy, and then the girl who's the one that works at the video store is Robin. So there's Nancy, and she's the older sister of one of the boys. And yeah, what can you say? I don't know. So this is the guy who played the actor is the guy who played Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. What's his name? Robert. See what they say. They don't say here, but I can't remember his name. But y'all know what I'm talking about. He was also in the TV show V, which was one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And played a kind of a alien that was like sort of a, you know, a guy you actually root for. He was on the bad guy aliens, but he was like very innocent and kind and would never hurt anybody. And so he ended up, you know, kind of being part of the Rebel Alliance on V. Alright, here we go. Steve. So he's the kind of I don't know. He's like a former jock. Like he dated Nancy for a while on the show, I think. Always the good. Alright, so there's Eddie. That's the guy, the drug dealer that the town thinks killed this girl. So he's kind of on the lam for the whole show. But fan favorite character. Leader of the Hellfire Club, which is basically like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of group. Creel House. 2 more packs to go. Dr. Owen, so that's Paul Reiser, another 80s actor who was actually kind of more of a 90s actor because of the TV show Mad About You, which was sort of his biggest, I think, claim to fame, even though he was in a lot of movies and stuff too. He was also a scientist, kind of working, I think, in the group that created 11. And, sort of the more kind, reasonable character in that lab. Ted, this guy's awesome. He's this dude that just sort of doesn't really have, much emotion at all. He's the dad of one of the kids, and he just sort of reads his newspaper and, makes a few offhand comments once in a while, and that's it, no matter what happens. While all this crazy stuff is going on with, weird superpowered kids and crazy evil, kind of underworld, mutant, nightmare, vampire dudes. He's just kind of chilling with his little cup of coffee and his paper. Another yellow bordered scene card. A secret. So this is the mysterious kind of character from the past that she like sort of sees in some visions she has. And we learn some unsettling things about him. Vecna, your time is at an end. That's the main bad guy. Monster Slayers. So this is Hopper. He's the sheriff of the town all these people live in. But at the end of season 3, he gets like basically abducted by Russian forces that are also scientists, like studying all the weird phenomenon going on in this town where these kids live, and so they throw him in jail. And this guy is actually starts out as a guard in the jail, but ends up doing some things to make himself a prisoner, and then they're jailed together, and they kind of work on some schemes. Hopper is also kind of like the adoptive dad of 11. We're like, so this is 11 because she's got this 011 tattoo, and this kid who she's talking to in that, this is the mystery kid from this photo. This guy is number 1. So a lot of season 4 is like, we see 11 having kind of like memories or visions of things that happened when she was like, in a laboratory. So we've got another super shiny insert, but so there's a lot of, kind of interesting background stuff that goes on in season 4 as relates to 11. Vecna's curse. Wow, look at this thing. Hail Lord Vecna. That's pretty cool. Let's leave that up. I found it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if we ever got a yellow card that had the same content as a white card, so maybe just some of the Some of the cards are yellow, some of the cards are white, I guess could be it. I think that's probably it. We didn't get any doubles, so it's good collation. Unless you guys noticed something I didn't. Well, let's see what our hit is, and then I'll pause the recording and go find those cards I wanted to show you. Oh, it's not a memorabilia card, it's just sort of one of these, like, little, I don't know what you would call these cards, but kind of cool. It's a little frame, basically frame card. Creel House. I don't think this is going to fit in here, but I'm going to try. These are the Shells Easy Glide notched sleeves. Oh wow, it does fit. Which are, pretty easy to get thick cards into because of those notches. So, alright, well, nothing too crazy out of that box. That was fun, though, to see those. I've not opened any of that product, and I was kind of interested to see it because I do like non-sports stuff, especially if it's a series that I have watched and like. So, hang tight. I'm gonna pause this recording and go get those other cards. Okay, and here we are. So it looks like I opened a box. I think I probably opened a hobby box of Season 2. By the way, I once looked at the prices for unopened Series 1 Stranger Things cards, and those are pretty dang spendy. I really wish I would have had the forethought to buy some of those. That happens a lot. Like a series kind of takes off, like Breaking Bad. There was like a Series 1 set of cards for that show, and that's super valuable. And I don't know, I guess you never really know that a show is going to have 5, 6, 7 seasons and be wildly popular necessarily, when that first season comes out. So maybe I would never know when to buy stuff, but I don't know, I might try to do such things if there's something that comes out, for a show that I think is good or might have a long life. Alright, so Stranger Things 2, I got a commemorative patch, Palace Arcade. So Season 2 is, it's funny, each season has, in addition to having a year associated with it, it also has kind of a place associated with. So Season 2 was like the arcade that the kids went to and spent all their quarters at, and one season it was like a shopping mall, and I can't remember what the other seasons are, but right, so that's one card. The auto I got out of that box was Catherine Curtin, I guess. I thought that was an A right there, but Curtin. So she plays actually the mother of this guy, of Dustin, the goofball kind of character. He's kind of like a nerdy, super smart kind of kid. So she's a pretty minor character, but she's in, I think she's in all of the seasons so far, so, pretty cool to get her autograph. I don't think there's a ton of value there, but cool nonetheless. And it's on cards, that's nice. And this card I did not get from a pack. I bought this probably around the time that maybe Season 2 was out, but, Stranger Things was a huge hit, and everybody was talking about it, and Millie Bobby Brown was the kind of clear favorite actor in the show, and I was like, I want to get, it's funny, I should have just actually, this was a pretty good investment as it turns out, but I should have bought, a bunch of Season 1 unopened cards, because that's what this set is from, and those have gone up quite nicely, but I just, for whatever reason, decided to get a single card. And this is the one I got. It's her first season card. It's a green parallel. It's going to be numbered to 50. So pretty rare. Not a lot of these out there. There are unnumbered ones, or not numbered, but regular ones, non-green border ones, non-parallel ones. I don't know if those are numbered or not, but This one, there's only 50 out there, so kind of cool. I mean, shows her in the first season, so you might call this a rookie. Trying to see what year this is from. Doesn't say. But anyways, I don't know. Pretty cool card, and you know, she's. I'm trying to think. You know, she's been in a few things outside of Stranger Things. Although the only thing I'm aware of is that show. I can't remember if it's called Magnolia Holmes or something else, but basically she plays like Sherlock Holmes's little sister or something, and yeah, goes on adventures. And I think there were. God, was that a show or was it a movie? I feel like it was actually a movie, and there was a couple of them, but I don't know. I haven't really watched it, but anyway, she was in that, and that was a Netflix thing. And I think she's been in like some movies and stuff, but I don't know if she's really done anything that's, you know, nearly as remarkable as Stranger Things. That's probably going to be what she's known for, and hopefully she'll, you know, do other good acting stuff. And oh, but I was going to say, I feel like I looked up the comps for this, and there aren't many because it's a low numbered card, and like one of these cards sold ungraded for like $3,500 sometime like in September, I think. And you know, maybe it's a fluke, but I don't know, it's nice to see. I think there was one listed though on eBay for like $2,500 right now, so that suggests that the price is not worth $2,500. But I paid, I think, $200 or $250 maybe for this. So either way, I'm, you know, looking pretty good. Alright folks, that's what we got. Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed your Stranger Things Day, which I guess is November 6th for some reason. I don't know. I think there's something significant about that date in the show, so it's known as Stranger Things Day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the trailer, and it will be out by the time this video is posted, I think. There we go. So, hope you guys are doing well.